Greetings. Welcome to ATW. I'm your host, Apostle Keith. This is an episode we do after our Sunday morning worship experience as well as our Tuesday night Bible study. It gives you, the listening audience and viewing audience, an opportunity to ask more questions and to dig a little deeper with us as we expound upon the message that was taught. Do me a favor if you would, go ahead, like, share, follow, and subscribe to the channel if you would. That way you can be notified when you hit the little notification bell every time we go live with a new episode. I'm excited today. I have one of our parishioners on the set with me today, Brandon Butler. Pleasure to meet you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Come on, good to have you on the set today,
Yes,
man. So tell me, who's Brandon Butler?
Who is Brandon Butler?
Yeah.
Brandon Butler is a God-fearing man,
Yeah.
a husband,
Mm.
father, brother,
Yeah.
cousin. Many hats.
Yeah.
Educator.
Yeah.
So all these things I think help define me, and I also coach.
Yeah.
So that's really who I am in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's my day to day.
Come on. So ATW is an opportunity for us to kind of give a recap of the message. And so if I were to give you the opportunity like you have now to kind of expound on what you took away from today's message or to even ask questions about it, what would it be?
I think the phrase was, you can correct me if I'm wrong, revelation without application is an abomination.
Yes. Yes.
That's, I don't know if it went over a lot of people's heads, but for me, that was huge, because knowing something that doesn't benefit you if you don't
That's right.
apply it.
That's right.
And so that's something that resonated with me. And also just listening to the message and knowing that if you're not rooted, if you're not planted in
Yeah.
soil, you're not growing. And you can be growing, but outside of God.
Come on.
And so I have had personal growth in many areas.
Yeah.
But understanding and taking into account, if you're not doing it in God, then you're not really growing, because weeds grow.
That's right. That's right.
But we don't want weeds in the yard.
Trust me, I got weeds in my yard right now that's high as a duck, and so and that's the thing. Everything will grow. Things will grow, but are they growing healthy? And so there's weeds that were growing in the yard as well as real good fertile grass, but those things together grow together. So we have to decipher and determine what's good growth and what's negative growth. Because we all have things in our lives that are growing in our lives. Some things that bad relationships, bad decisions, bad thoughts, bad actions. But if we don't take account for those things, eventually that bad growth will overtake our lives. We see it all the time with people who are sometimes living on the street, mental health hospitals, people who are bankrupt and broke and all of these things. All of that is a culmination of bad growth in life. Life don't just happen. A lot of times we think that life just happened. No, it don't. Life is a makeup of many decisions, good ones and bad ones. And eventually, if we make a lot of bad decisions, bad growth, it overtakes our lives. And now that becomes our life. Yeah.
So true. You
Yeah.
took the words out of my mouth. I was thinking as we were talking, just bad decisions. I'll be the first to admit I've made many bad decisions in life.
I'm in there with you.
Yeah. But coming to a place where I can feel comfortable in knowing and acknowledging that those bad decisions don't define me.
There you go.
They don't have to define me, but it's what you do as a result of those bad decisions. Do you continue to make them, or do you learn from them and
That's good.
adjust and move accordingly?
That's good.
And so, again, the message today was resonating with me just on many different levels, just thinking about, my purpose and what I should be doing, and how to truly get connected to a body that can help you grow.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it alone.
Right.
You can do it to an extent,
Sure.
but you can't do it alone. It's not as efficient. You're not, living and walking in your purpose, I don't believe. And I think that
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Because, we were talking earlier before we started recording about working out. I had a home gym at one point before I got married, and it was good. I would work out and whatnot. But when my flesh wanted to give up, I gave up. But then I started working out with a workout partner.
Mm-hmm.
And now when I was like feeling weary, ready to give in, no, come on, give me another, give me one more, and then one more turned into five more. It's like, okay, you asked for one, but pushing you and pressing you to do more than what you're able to do. And I think that's how it is, so much so when we're disconnected from the body of Christ, not having a place of challenge, a place of accountability. We can do it on our own, but there's no one to encourage you to keep doing more than what you're doing. We become lackadaisical, sometimes inconsistent when we're doing things by ourselves. And we're pretty much limiting our growth, I believe, when we try to do it by ourselves. Because being a part of a body that stretches you and encourages you to do more, I believe that's the plan of God. God didn't build us to be on an island by ourselves.
Sure.
And, Adam, it's not good for a man to be alone. So therefore, let me give you somebody to help encourage you. And yeah, he gave me that woman in mind. She definitely, I'm sorry, I was getting personal, but go ahead.
No, I mean, I totally agree with all of that. And not just saying, I really do, I really do agree with it. And as you alluded to earlier, we spoke off camera. I was born and raised in the church, so my mother provided me with a great foundation.
Come on.
I haven't always adhered to it.
Yeah.
Definitely strayed away from it. But I had it, which is why I think I'm able to be pulled back in.
Yeah.
And as a father, I want to give my kids that same foundation. I want to provide them with the same relationship opportunities to have that relationship with God, to where Daddy and Mama can't get to you. You know how to pray. You know who to go to.
Yeah.
Where you don't turn to other things because people are gonna turn to something.
Oh yeah.
And my belief is it needs to be God. I need to provide my kids with that. And that's
that foundation.
Something that's been weighing on me as well. So
wow. So the sermon series is entitled Why Church. So what would be your why? You mentioned about the kids and them having the foundation. So what would be another why for you in the Why Church?
I think that my why would be accountability. Accountability is huge. And sometimes we do better in certain areas. And the hardest person, to be honest with, that I found is yourself.
Come on.
And so just being accountable and having that accountability aspect of, getting connected with other believers, other people that, as you said in the message, don't just pray for me, you can pray with me.
Come on.
And
it's key.
That's something that I just can't be overlooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the value of that is so high.
Absolutely. I mean, so much so God put it in His Word, that to touch and agree. And, that's the thing of prayer. I think it's so powerful. Again, like I said, one of the most powerful prayers we can pray is the prayer of agreement, when we come in agreement with one another. And, having a body of believers around you that not just praying for you, that's great. We don't knock that. That's good. But having people who can come in agreement with you, touch and agree, is vitally important, I believe, in every believer's life, because now it lends also to that accountability. Because if I know I'm praying with you over a particular thing and I see you going contrary to the thing we're praying, I can hold you accountable.
Right,
when you say we're praying maybe for healing or for finances, and then you start talking like, it ain't going to happen. Well, hold on now, bro. We came in agreement. We believe in God for this thing, right? We believe in God for healing for your body. If you're saying, maybe it's God's will that I die and just go and be with the Lord. No, hold up. We came in agreement that you shall live and not die and declare the glorious works of the Lord. So that accountability aspect comes into play again, and that's another vitally important thing for us as a body. Yeah, sure. That's good. Sure. Good. Give me one more why and we'll close out.
Another why, I think being connected with a body of believers provides opportunities to have people lead by example.
Yes.
Everybody, not everybody, but lots of people, the saying is, be a leader, which I agree.
Sure.
Leaders are, needed, but followers are needed too. And to be a great leader, I think you have to be a great follower.
Yeah.
So to see
absolutely
someone, some people, just to see how things should be done,
Yeah.
or how to go about your prayer life, or how to go
That's
about
good.
worshiping, how to go about, anything that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
I think it's advantageous to witness it firsthand.
Yeah.
And you can't really do that
That's good.
watching from your couch.
That's right.
But you can do it if you're connected.
Come on.
And so that's, for me, I think that's a huge thing, because I haven't always been an active worshiper, although I grew up in
Sure.
church.
Yeah.
I wasn't always an active worshiper. So for me, I still, honestly, I'm getting used to that.
Yeah.
Just trying to get comfortable with that aspect.
Would you say it's primarily you've been cultivated in an environment and culture where that worship was not practiced or permeated? Or
It was definitely praise and
Okay.
worship going on.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, whether it be, my preference or my, just whatever
Sure.
it is, because I was raised old school Baptist.
Yeah.
With
Foot stone with hand clap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I just never truly partook in the worship
Wow.
as I, looking back, likely could have.
Mm.
I just never did.
Wow.
Whether it was me being comfortable, whether it was me, just showing up, I just wasn't.
Yeah. That
I
place.
just hadn't. And so now in my adult life, and again trying to set that example for my
Yeah.
kids and give them, you can be an active participant in worship, and being comfortable and being in an environment that makes you feel comfortable and welcoming, I think helps
along
too.
with that. Yeah.
And so that's one thing that really stood out to me with Elevate.
Come
The first time I cried in church was here.
Oh wow.
I've never cried in church, and I can't even tell you exactly why.
Wow.
But
Wow.
I was moved, and that just has never happened to me in my entire life.
Come on.
And so, that really made me, start questioning, like what is this? Like what exactly? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Which really, invoked curiosity on
Yeah.
my behalf. With, well, let me go back again.
Come on.
Let me go back again.
Yeah.
And getting a fulfilling word when we come, me and my family, and me personally, it, words can't describe just the impact that
Wow.
has.
My God. It's a blessing. Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
sharing those words. Thanks for being on the set today too, man.
Yes, sir.
Curiosity led to connection.
Yes, sir.
Listen, guys, this has been another episode of ATW on the set with my bro Brandon. Thank you for tuning in. Always, you can send us an email at info@elevatechurchbr.com if you have questions, comments, or maybe some new insight that you would like to share with us. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. We'll see you next time on ATW.
Yes, sir.
Everybody believe in your home.